All right, Shalom. Before I start, let me give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all elect Akim. Wa Akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Another video to the Spirit. All right, for this one, this is your brother Malak from Junior West Detroit. This is a reminder. Don't forget about our dear old friend Leviathan. All right. And the fact that the Heavenly Father has his reptile, serpent-like creature in the sea that will get to, spraying off a can of whoop ass as well in the judgment day to come, or judgment days to come, I should say. All right, the Heavenly Father is going to let out all the stops on Babylon and on all the people of this wicked world. And this is something that's in the Bible. If you don't believe it, you're not eating the whole roll. All right. Yes, the Heavenly Father has a giant, enormous creature that moves about in the sea. All right. And it is intelligent enough to avoid, capture. It's intelligent enough to avoid clear surveillance footage, or at least the devil ain't gave us nothing, but it is a creature created by the Heavenly Father, right? So you just go to Wiki, which they don't say much, so we're gonna let the scriptures do the talking. But you just look at the word Leviathan. It says it is a sea serpent noted in theology, and they say mythology, and there's nothing mythical about it. It is referenced in several books of the Hebrew Bible, including Psalms, the book of Job, Isaiah, the book of Amos, and according to some, what the fuck? Oh shit! Slack it. There go the fucking paramedics. Slack it, y'all. It says it is also. We don't deal with the book of Enoch. It says Leviathan is often an embodiment of chaos and threatening to eat the damned after their life in the end. Okay, so right here, the only part they was decent on is that it's a sea serpent and that it's mentioned in the Bible. They started going off towards the bottom. All right, and we're not looking at it from the aspects of mythological. All right, we're not dealing with Greek mythology, Roman mythology, a seven-headed kraken that Hercules fought. No, we're dealing with the Bible. It is a creature that the Heavenly Father created to do his bidding. All right, this says let me see. Okay, you know what, let's actually go to the one that I want to start with. Actually, now there are certain times in the scriptures, I'll say, when the word Leviathan is used, it's referring to Edom. All right, also referring to Egypt, that had us in bondage. Egypt, Pharaoh Egypt was compared to Leviathan in the fact that he had us in captivity and was cruel to us. But we're dealing with the actual beast Leviathan. All right, so we'll deal with 2nd Esdras 6:49. It says, "Then didst thou ordain two living creatures, the one thou callest Enoch, and the other Leviathan." This Enoch here is referring to mankind as a whole. "And didst separate them, and didst separate the one from the other for the seventh part." Slakia, namely, where the water was gathered together, might not hold them both. Unto Enoch thou gavest one part, which was dried up the third day, that he should dwell in the same part wherein are 1,000 hills. So mankind, we live on the land. We traverse the grass, the mountains, the hills. We are not in which, well, let me just keep reading. But basically, we're the land. We inhabit the land. All right. Verse 52. "But unto Leviathan thou gavest the seventh part, namely the moist, and hast kept him to be devoured of whom thou wilt and when." All right. This lets you know Leviathan ain't no dummy creature. The Heavenly Father has a spirit on Leviathan. He pops up, he kills, and he disappears, and can't nobody stop him. And Esau is not exempt from that. All right, I'm willing to bet you, he didn't have incidences. Can y'all imagine, y'all? There's motherfuckers that have died that the last thing that they saw was they wasn't even so sure what the fuck they saw. They was terrified, you know, giant teeth or a giant claw coming through, busting up through the water, smacking the boat to pieces through, you know, just getting swallowed whole. That's the last thing they saw. They was up in the spiritual realm like, what the fuck was that? And the angel was like, hey, you know, that's the Lord's pet down there. That's Leviathan. You know, how come did nobody tell us about that? You know, you gotta, hey, motherfuckers went to sea and never came home, and some of them plenty, you know, have found themselves in Leviathan's belly. All right, let me get another one. Psalms. It's crazy. I'm in the car with my AC on, sweating. This is crazy. Psalms 106 and no, 104. That's why. Okay, yeah, we'll start at 25. Psalms 104 and 25. So is this great and wide sea, it says, wherein are things creeping innumerable, both small and great beasts. There go the ships. There is that Leviathan whom thou hast made to play therein. All right. The Heavenly Father created Leviathan, and he puts it on the creature. He puts it on his spirit to devour some and to leave others alone. All right. And Esau, you know, he has his technology, he has his guns, he has his bombs, he has his radar. Nevertheless, there will be nothing that he can do to kill or stop Leviathan from upon its rampage. All right, this ain't no dummies. This ain't no hillbilly whale in the ocean that's just been getting by. All right, and hey, there's sharks still. To matter of fact, what I'm gonna do, y'all, you know, so it doesn't, you know. This is a part of the whole role. You read the scriptures, you have the good, the bad, and the ugly. There can't be nothing in this Bible that offends you to the point to disbelief. And if you find it hard to believe in a creature that, you know, is capable of such feats, well, let me show you something real quick. This is a shark. I'm gonna turn the music down. Something says a 392-year-old Greenland shark who has wandered the ocean since 1627. Think about that, y'all. And now this is real. I remember I did a video on this shark probably about a year ago. I believe it died recently, but this shark was several hundred years old. All right, so it's not impossible for the Heavenly Father to have an animal that can live for extreme lengths of time. All right, a predator at that. Let me let it play. Shit, okay, matter of fact, let's get more. Here we go. This is a video right here. The oldest shark in the world, 512-year-old Greenland shark.
Researchers have found an ancient shark in the North Atlantic, believed to be 512 years old, which could be the oldest living vertebrate in the world. Greenland sharks are relatively ugly and bizarre-looking creatures. It has a long, thick grey body, and its small head consists of a short, rounded snout, with ghostly eyes and an ever-gaping mouth. The species is often plagued by worm-like parasites that latch onto their eyes. Marine biologist Julius Nielsen and his team have been studying an 18-foot Greenland shark. They believe it's at least 272 years old, and possibly as old as 512 years. Greenland sharks have been known to live for hundreds of years and spend most of their lives swimming around looking for a mate.
Now, how come we didn't learn about this in school, that there are certain types of sharks that can live for several hundred years? Why? Because Esau don't need you knowing about none of this. He doesn't want you thinking outside of the realm of his capabilities and his technology, okay? They said that this shark was at least 200 some years old, and at most likely 500 some and some change. All right, the Heavenly Father is in control of all, And you best believe that he has the ability to manipulate animals in a way that defies nature and or defies how we have been taught about what they are capable of in these punk-ass miseducation systems. All right, what's the proof of that? Sirach, then Wisdom of Solomon. You know, not too long of a lesson, just a reminder. Hey, Leviathan is gonna get down too. Leviathan is gonna have some fucking fun too. Everybody wants a piece of Esau. All right, at his downfall. Sirach 39:28. There be spirits which are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Right there. All right. The Heavenly Father can put spirits upon, and not just spirits. You know, the spirit can manifest upon a person or a creature. All right. To do what? To cause pain and destruction and devastation. Wisdom of Solomon. I believe that's 11th chapter. You gotta believe that these supernatural things, if you will, they only seem supernatural because Esau's very carnal, and he's brought us up in a carnal mindset like him. All right, so this is Wisdom of Solomon 11:17. It says, "For thy almighty hand that made the world of matter without form wanted not means to send among them a multitude of bears and fierce lions, or unknown wild beasts full of rage, newly created." All right, the Heavenly Father has the ability to just spawn beasts down here to f it up. All right, there was a show I remember. What was it? It was called, I want to say it was cryptid something. That term, as a matter of fact, let me see if I can get the word for it. The term for it, they call them cryptids, I believe, is the term for animals that are, you know, pop up out of nowhere, kind of unexplainable. I believe, yep, cryptids. Yep, it says cryptids are animals that cryptozoologists believe may exist somewhere in the wild, but are not recognized by science. So if the white man don't want to say it's true, then we just gotta shut up and accept it. You know. Well, guess what? There are cryptids. There are animals that defy the white man's understanding. Why? Because the Heavenly Father can do whatever the hell he wants. It says cryptozoology. Wow, right here it says is a pseudoscience which primarily looks at anecdotal stories and other claims rejected by the scientific community. You know, so now he wants to throw that word pseudoscience out there. You know, so he's basically saying these are animals that people, like, you know, you go down to Brazil or something. You know, or let's say Mexico, the chupacabra, you know, all that shit. Now, I'm not sitting there saying the chupacabra is real, but hey, if it is real, may the Lord let that motherfucker kill some of you motherfuckers, or some of these motherfuckers. You know, chupacabra. Hey, what did Gad and Reuben? They had the Thunderbird, you know, the giant winged creature that would be terrorizing their ass here in the Americas, which very well could have been what Esau likes to call a pterodactyl, because something we also, you know, you come to learn, dinosaurs weren't around a million favillions, a zillion years ago. All right, they were around a lot sooner than you think, which is why bones are able to be picked up in the first damn place. All right, ain't no 65 million year ago nothing. God damn it. So coming back here, verse 18 again, it says, Wisdom Solomon 11:18. Or unknown wild beast full of rage, newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor of filthy scents of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes. All right. So what other animal do you know is referred to as, you know, having breath of fire? All right. Where do you think you get the stories and the cartoons of dragons shooting fire out of their mouth? All right. There's something I've done videos on it, but I'm the best way to word it. With our earthly minds, we can't think about things outside of what Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has created, if that makes sense. Where do you think these stories come from? Motherfuckers ain't that creative. Ain't nobody on the planet Earth thought about nothing the Heavenly Father ain't capable of doing. Okay, so many of those creatures have basis in reality. All right. It says, whereof not only the harm might dispatch them at once, but also the terrible sight utterly destroy them. You know, so some of these creatures that the Heavenly Father has in store, you look at them, you motherfucker have a heart attack. All right. All right, so now what we're going to go to? The book of Job 39. You know, in these chapters, you know, some of them they're dealing with, what is it, Behemoth and Leviathan. No, 40. 40 is, I believe, Leviathan. Matter of fact, and it tells you some of these upper verses, the reason why Leviathan is being spoke about, the Heavenly Father had to tell Job, look, I'm the big man upstairs. Matter of fact, I created a creature so powerful. I created two creatures so powerful, can't none of y'all down there do nothing to them. One of them is Behemoth. All right, as it tells you right here in verse 15. And who is the other one? The focus of this video. And you know, hey, if the Lord lets Behemoth get out here too, then cool, you know. And then let me see. So okay, let me see. 41 slot. Okay, so 40 mentions Behemoth. 41 mentions Leviathan. All right, 40 is where, you know, he gets his concept of the dinosaurs. For a matter of fact, it tells you Behemoth. It tells you what? In verse 17, it says, he moveth his tail like a cedar. The sinews of his stones are wrapped together. His bones are strong as pieces of brass. His bones are like bars of iron. What animal, you know, fucking got a tree, has a tail in comparison to the tree? You know, so-called dinosaurs, if you will, as he likes to refer to them. All right, so going down to Leviathan, it says, Job 41:1, canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? All right, so this is just establishing that this is dealing with Leviathan. All right, now I want to get specifically, this whole chapter lets you know how strong of a creature it is. You can't hurt it, you can't do no damage to it. All right, what else? All right, let's look at the lineup, the rap sheet. All right, the Carfax on Leviathan. See what he talking about. All right, Job 41:14, it says, who can open the doors of his face? Holy shit. All right, it says his teeth are terrible round about. All right, imagine a creature whose face is as big as a door. What you gonna do with that? What you gonna do with that? All right, his scales are his pride, shut up together as with a close seal. One is so near to another that no air can come between them. So if even air can't penetrate the scales of Leviathan, what do you think bullets are going to do? Zero. All right. Where do you think the inspiration of Godzilla comes from? Okay, right out of the Bible. And now see, this man, he likes to put these things in movies, child's toys, and, you know, cartoons to make you not believe it, to make it seem mythological. To make it seem like if you believe in these things, you're crazy. But this is in the holy, inspired word of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. It says such a creature like this exists. And is going to come shock the shit out of people when it appears. You're going to have the chariots doing what they do. You know, martial law, collapse, mark of the MOTB, and throw it in a giant fucking creature out the sea. You know, motherfuckers not gonna know what to do. Jump down, verse 19. Out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out. Out of his nostrils goeth smoke, as out of a seething pot or cauldron. His breath kindleth coals, and a flame goeth out of his mouth. Okay? This creature, it's of an enormous size. Its scales are impenetrable. And it says that this motherfucker, for all intents and purposes, can emit flames out its face. All right? And that's backed up in Wisdom of Solomon. So what's he going to do when this creature appears? What are these people going to do when this creature appears? They're going to die. That's what they're going to do. All right? It's not the Loch Ness Monster. It's not Godzilla. It's Leviathan. Now, however big he be, we gonna see, but we do know that he's capable of spraying off a real big can of whoop ass. That's what we do know. All right, so with that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakodash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all like Akim Akwath, learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. Shalom.